Uh, we studied it, and we found that when they rented apartments there, it was through brokers, and the person renting had to pay the broker 1 or 2 months' rent to get the apartment. And then it took 3 weeks to get credit approval through. They had to go through the office of the owner that lived in Manhattan, and they had big dogs on the property, so you didn't dare walk in the grass. And the reason nobody was controlling the size of the pets, and of course the brokers loved to be able to rent to people with big dogs because they couldn't go any other place. And the maintenance guys, when somebody's appliance broke down, they'd tell them to go to the store, the appliance store, and hire them to fix it. Anything else, they would ask for a tip, you know, in order to do what they're supposed to do without a tip. And the communication between the people, the brokers renting the apartment and the maintenance crew was poor. Sometimes they'd fix up the wrong apartment and not have the apartment that they rented ready on move-in date. And you can imagine on and on and on. So another part of it was they were spending $100,000 for garbage collection. This is a side thing, and we thought that was really high, and so we thought we'd put that out for bid. And the guy told us that you need me for protection. You know, you need me. This is the garbage. He was acting like he's from the mafia. We still don't know whether he was or not, but we called the FBI and they got his attention. But in the meantime, he told one of our guys where his kids go to school and all that. I mean, it really got us pretty nervous. So what did we do? We sent in some trained servant leaders from Rochester, and we started renting the apartments ourselves on site, no commission. We put in a dog run for the big dogs, and didn't allow them to walk all over the grass, so the dogs could run free. The tenants loved that. We stopped taking big dogs too. We approved credit within 48 hours, which you can do. And we started taking care of their maintenance problems right away, and had some parties, started to love on these residents. Well, the reaction was, first of all, they couldn't believe it. I mean, they thought, this guy, they've got some ulterior motive here. This is not real, you know. This is Long Island after all. But it worked phenomenally well, and as a result of that, our maintenance costs actually went down, our turnover went down, our rents went up, and we were the place to go, place to rent apartments. We made a phenomenal return, and then we started to buy a whole bunch of other things in Long Island, and we became the largest. We are now the largest landlord for apartments in Suffolk County, Long Island. And now we've changed the culture. I mean, everybody else is trying to do what we're doing, of course, in Long Island. But that was a key, and we've repeated that all over the place, but not to the degree. It wasn't as extreme, but we've done the same thing in Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, Chicago, and so on. And just care for the tenants, and simple little things. I mean, it seems so obvious, but it's not. Any more questions? To give you another quick example in our business now at Broadstone, at least actually, one of the ways we were able to acquire so much property at Home Properties, $2 billion worth. We were very courteous and thoughtful about the brokers. Real estate brokers get treated pretty shabbily sometimes, and we made a habit of treating them on a professional level, never doing anything, saying anything we couldn't do. You know, we wouldn't try to tie up property and then reprice it, which is a famous trick in the real estate business. But if you do it once, it gets around, and so it's not a wise thing to do. and we would always respond quickly, do what we say we would do, when we said we would do it, and so on and so forth. So we became the go-to guys. So when a broker had a property, he would call us first because he knew that our word was golden, and we'd close on the property. We'd give him we wouldn't give him a price until we did some homework that we knew we could live up to, and so on. So we were able to, and that's the same thing we're doing now in Broadstone Net Lease. We get, I don't know, any of you ever hear of LoopNet? There's a website called LoopNet, and there's probably 40 new net lease listings per day in the United States on that site. And so we have screens, and there's usually 3 or 4 that we look at every day, and we buy 2 or 3 a month. So you can see we probably buy 1 out of 100 that we look at. But we also get lots of calls from brokers because, for the same reason, we treat them with courtesy and respect and do what we say we'll do. And so that's, I think, key, and that's working better and better. We're getting, so as a result of that, we get the first chance and at properties, and so that's been very helpful. And I think it comes back to servant leadership. And so thank you for listening, and appreciate your attention.